Hey, I'm Jacob.
And I'm Jared.
And we're here to talk about the filler of Dragon Ball
Z.
Alright. Garlic Jr. Saga. Starting with episode 108 now. And when we say filler, this was not in the manga, so this is purely an anime-only thing, but it's a callback to the movie. And
what if Goku was not a saga of Dragon Ball Z?
Basically.
And I do want to, we'll talk about more. I think that the biggest disappointment about this is that I actually think that even with the story being exactly the same, I feel like there's this missed opportunities here to allow the characters to be more highlighted. The only characters that get to be highlighted are Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin. Yamcha, Tien doesn't even show up. Like Tien, it's a weirdest thing that the one saga you could have had the human characters had a impact on, they just kind of throw them away.
Also, I can't believe this is only 9 episodes. Like as a kid, after Frieza, I remember this feeling like it was like a huge saga where you're just waiting for like.
I mean, 10 episodes is a long time. Like that's a long.
But it felt as long as Namek or something. Like you were just like, I mean, that's 2 months of watching Garlic Jr.
I do want to say what I do like about this arc a little bit is some of the imagery though of Garlic Jr. Like it is very like vampiric almost, like very like there are some fun shots that I feel like I want to give them credit for. Once again, I think the idea of the saga is actually not that bad. It's like the baby saga almost of GT. I'm like, I think there's a great idea here. It's the execution that is really missing out.
But yeah, okay, so my issue, one, Garlic Jr., I never knew there was a movie when I watched this after the Frieza saga. I don't think that was dubbed at the same time in the US. So it was just highly underwhelming. Like, you're right, as a baby saga, it's interesting. Highly underwhelming character for the next villain after Frieza.
I mean, he's literally peeled off
That's what I was going to say.
He's literally peeled off that power.
Same appearance. And Dragon Ball was being dubbed, I think, around maybe shortly after. And I remember thinking, like, is this like, does he get mutated or is this his son or something? How do you have 2 characters that are that similar? Like, there's some lazy.
Except for when he powers up, which is like a normal buff power up, which is it is a cool form and all that. But okay, I like Krillin is dressed up in his nice white suit which I miss. Like, I think people remember mainly because back in the day when Dragon Ball Z, and this is like the Toonami eras I'm talking about, that was a lot of times in the intro was like the shot of him kind of like looking up. I feel like that's an iconic suit, even though he's only in it in the song.
Yeah. Well, this is Krillin in his prime. He's pulling babes. He names his daughter even after. I mean, clearly he fell pretty hard for Marin, right? And he's like living his best life back on Earth. You know, he survived Frieza narrowly, or he didn't, I guess, but now he's back. And I think he's got a YOLO mindset.
Why is Krillin dressed up so damn? But he's there because he's going to a party. He's going to show off his new girlfriend. But Marin's introduced. She is Lily Bulma with bigger stuff, and like it's just but is even really a character. Like it's so she looks so much like Bulma. It's weird. Piccolo is by himself training. I always like this. Like Piccolo does this thing where he picks 4 of himself and they all fight each other. But hey, it makes a lot of sense. Honestly, what's kind of smart about that training technique, it also makes you weaker, which then makes you rely on like your core skills versus like pure power. So as this is happening, Kami goes back to the Lookout and basically finds that the Lookout's been like destroyed.
So we get to see Kami actually fight a little bit to try to save him, right? Yes. Which is interesting. It's like the first time I think I've seen Kami fight in Dragon Ball Z.
Besides the Dead Zone movie.
Yeah.
Which is also, honestly, that's actually a good fight between Garlic Jr. and Kami, because back then Kami, they were like, oh, he's old, but he can still fight. At this point, Kami they've just given up. Like, he's just old at this point. I also love this new technique that we'll never see again, which is like they use this like magic like webbing where they can just like, stop anyone, and it's just like, just in this arc, never use the Blackwater Mist, which I'm going to be calling the BWM. And this will make everyone go evil, which is why, once again, reminds me of the Baby Saga, where, oh cool, wow, everyone's going to be evil. How are the Z-Fighters going to do it? And then, unfortunately, for the most of it, you just find the Garlic people. So it's kind of it's a wasted potential of, like, seeing it. But let's go to episode 109, I guess. We also see the first effects of the BM, or BWM, which is basically showing, like, a child going feral. So once again, it's an interesting concept of, like, humans going feral on one another, and, like, what's going to happen? We just barely see that. Like, it's always like hinted at, and we can't see it though.
I don't like the feral thing. I like with Baby Saga, they're kind of under possession. With Majin, they're also under possession.
But this is demon.
This is like zombie stuff. I think I do remember as a kid thinking this was the same as Namek, where like they're giving, because you don't know what's canon, what's not canon. So I assume this is like a 30 episode arc, and eventually Goku's going to come back, but you know, someone's going to die and it's going to be too late. I mean, it doesn't ever get to that point. Gohan resolves it, and he never even encounters Goku.
Cool. Yamcha is taking over. I'm fine with that. But Yamcha doesn't use Wolfang Fist, doesn't use Kamehameha. He's not using any technique. It's just him being like,
zombie stuff.
It's just like, okay, but like, I think you could have been a zombie, but still been doing attacks and like made him a threat. And then basically the episode ends with the Spice guys coming and they're gonna capture Gohan, and then Piccolo's here.
All right.
So it's going to the next episode. I guess.
Episode 110.
Yep.
It's revealed again. Like, these are the weakest reveals of all. Revealed that Garlic Jr. used the Makio star to get out of the bottle.
What's the
Do we know
Makio
what the
star?
hell the
Yeah,
Makio?
we've never heard of that
Why is that a
before.
reveal? Like, that's not some interesting plot device.
Yeah, he uses the star to get out of the dead zone. How? Doesn't even make sense. I don't know. He somehow gets the power and he gets out. What was the point of the dead zone then? Like, if anyone can get out of it still, then they can. And where the hell is Tien? Where is Chaozu? Where is Yajirobe? Like, where are some other characters we could have seen that could have been some threats here, or fighting back and they're just nowhere to be seen?
Well, Yajirobe will be playing strip poker with a cat and
you're
Baron
right. I totally forgot.
later in a future episode.
Oh
So
my
there's
God.
filler within filler that's
Yeah.
coming. But yeah. Last thing in this episode, where's Vegeta? We didn't talk about it. Well, he's genociding a group of bird people on a planet. Where he tells them, I didn't come here to fight you, you started it. It's crazy. It's just crazy that like we need to know his side of this story. Only time I think in the dub he says, tell me where Goku is. He doesn't say Kakarot.
Oh, wow.
I listened to it like twice just to make
Wow,
sure.
you know that's filler when
Yeah,
Vegeta's not even using Kakarot.
Yeah, I don't think he says it any other time.
A Saiyan by the name of Goku destroyed him.
Frieza killed by a monkey?
We're gonna go to 111 now, which is that Gohan can hurt Garlic Jr., which is never really explained why. It's just that Gohan's anger attacks somehow affect him. Like, he can start, because Gohan does like one anger attack and it makes him bleed a little bit. And it's weird. Garlic even says that Gohan can affect him, but it's once again never explained. Gohan doesn't have a special energy.
He's
It's just-
immortal, but he's not invincible, right? So he can still be hurt and bleed and be in pain, but he can't die, I think. So, but yeah, I mean, Gohan's just Masenkoing all over the place now. This is major, more Masenkos in this episode, I think, than the whole series. Episode 112, all I have is, Yajirobe is playing strip poker with a cat. That's pretty strange.
Sure.
Pretty strange concept. But it really feels like it's filler in the filler arc. Like, they can't even, they're trying to delay the Garlic Jr. resolution, and they're just showing you Vegeta, they're showing you Yajirobe.
Also, for whatever reason, never explained, but whatever, the villains then, they do like a double attack. Two of the weaker villains do like a double attack to try to kill Gohan. Gohan then deflects it, and then literally, I also put this, because it was a cool attack, like, Gohan then like just obliterates the little red guy with a cool energy blast. Like, just blast him, and there's like a whole entire body is dissolved there. Big reveal. Piccolo punches Gohan, and he is under the control of them. So, oh no, he's a
What's
bad
gonna
guy.
happen?
Yeah.
What a cliffhanger! And this is halfway through the Garlic Jr. saga. Is Piccolo gonna kill Gohan?
I wonder if that's gonna happen.
We'll have to find out.
I will ask this question to viewers out there. What would you change? Like, what if you could change the saga? Let's pretend no matter what, because of contracts, this has to be a saga still. What would be something that you would want to see during the saga? It doesn't even have to be about Goku. It could be like Vegeta. Would you want to see Goku training at this point? Like, whatever you would want, just like write down. Like, if you could like rewrite part of these episodes, what would be like your rewrites basically?